I have the steering wheel which has gone bad from the sides. You can see that there's lots of sun damage. So I bought a replacement steering wheel and I just want to replace it with this one. So let's start it. To begin with, first of all, remove the negative terminal of your battery so that you don't accidentally discharge your airbag or the horn. Now put the car keys in and rotate the steering wheel counterclockwise by about 90 degrees so that you can have a good visibility of this hole under here. So if you look into the hole, you'll see a small wire. So what you want to do is, let me show you this on the steering wheel that I bought. So if you look at the steering wheel, you can see that the top pad, the airbag, is actually clipped onto this wheel at 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on all these points, there is that wire. This is actually a retaining wire, so that's clipped on under this one. So all you need to do is dislodge the wire. So how you do this is, when you use the screwdriver, you will actually have to use the flatter pen. You have to use the straight edge so that it's tilted under 90 degrees, and you try to push this thing in. So once you push it in, all these 4 wires will move out and dislodge the airbag at the same time. So when you're doing it at the steering wheel, it'll probably take some time and effort, but what will happen is that it'll start coming off. So all you need to do is to pull it out. Just make sure that your battery is disconnected, otherwise the horn may go off, and the airbag obviously can go off too. So just be aware of that. All right, it is dislodged, so I'll just rotate it, and you can see that there are 2 connectors over here. To remove these connectors, just put something sharp underneath one of them and just try to push it up so that it comes up like this. Similarly, I'll do this with the second one. Once you're done with it, just pull this thing out and this whole thing will come out. There you go. Now you can just there is another thing here, so we just need to be careful because we have this connector here which I really missed. It was really dark. So this is the horn connector, I believe. So yeah, just push it out, remove the wire, and put aside the airbag. All right, the airbag is out. So the next step is just to remove this clip over here. This clip, just pinch on the tab and pull it out. So this thing is part of the steering wheel wiring, and this thing will come off. This wire goes to the cruise control and volume control buttons, and this will come out with as part of this whole steering. So the next step is this particular bolt. Take an appropriate side Torx bit, put it in there, and just open it up. Okay, I've removed the bolt. Now the next thing up is mark this bolt place with the steering, so that when you're putting it up again, you'll know that which side is going to go where. You don't want to damage your clock spring, so that's why you need to mark it first. And now all we need to do is shake this steering wheel up and down, in and out, from grabbing with one hand on the bottom and one hand at the top. We'll do it from right, left, up and down until this thing comes loose and comes out. After a bit of persuasion, the steering wheel came out nice, and now all I need to do is to transfer my these volume control and cruise control set of switches to the new steering wheel. I actually removed the original ones that come with it, because this is a leather one, and this is the vinyl one that I had, and the one that originally came with the replacement wheel are all those silver ones, which I don't want to use. First of all, they don't match with the interior of the car, and secondly, one of them was a bit faded, so I'll just go with the original ones that I have. So now I'll show you how to remove them and put them on the steering wheel. To remove the cruise control and volume control from the steering, just first of all, make sure that you have unclipped the wires from its retainers so that they are dislodged. Now just rotate it. There are 4 screws at the bottom, at the back, so just use a driver to remove the screws. They are usually really loose. Now all you need to do is take the bottom section of the steering and rotate it upwards, and now try to pull this thing out, the cover out and up, out and up, yeah, like this, and this thing came out. So once it is out, you will see that there are further 4 more screws, 1 2 3 4. So just go ahead and remove these 4 screws. These are the screws that are holding down the steering volume control and cruise control buttons. So yeah, they came out really easily, but if they still doesn't come out, you have to pull them up, because these two things, these two small notches, they go into this hole to hold them up, retain them before you can actually clip them down. So yeah, the set of my buttons are off, and this is the bare wheel. Now the installation is reverse of the removal. I'll show you how it goes. Alright, I've put back the controls into the new steering. Just make sure that there's a grounding wire for one of these switches. Yeah, it goes from here. So yeah, just make sure that you put it behind the original spot where you took it out when you were removing it. Otherwise your volume control may not work. So yeah, it's now good to go back in. So all you need to do is just pull the wiring from the same slots where it originally was and put them back. Let me show you how it goes. Each and everything is back on its place. I've already bolted it down. I just made sure, I've actually marked it before removing this steering, but then I realized there are only 4 positions I can put in. And since I knew that when I was removing it, it was dead straight, so this is the way I just put it back again, so there wasn't any need to transfer the mark over. And apart from that, yeah, just before connecting the airbag, just make sure the rest of the connectors are each in its place, correct place, so that you don't have no troubles. So there are now last 3 connectors. So this one, the black wire goes over here, the yellow one goes to the yellow one, and the blue one goes to the blue one. And once it is all done, just push it in and should be okay. All is done. I have the new leather steering wheel now without any sun damage, no nothing. So this is the way if you would want to do it correctly. Thank you.